Hey guys, it's Matt the Cell Junkie coming back at you with one more, and it is time for our LG G6 review. So guys, let me start out by saying this. This phone, in my book, is made to compete directly with the Samsung Galaxy S8. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, but there are some things about this device that I have found that I've liked better than a Samsung device, and then there's things that I've found that I don't like. And when you're going up against, the monster that is Samsung and even Apple, you got to have your stuff in a row. And this year, I think that they've actually gotten their stuff in a row. Let me remove this case real quick so you can kind of get a good glimpse of it. All right, so just so you know, this up here, I've kept the factory screen protector on that came when the device shipped to me because I'm too cheap to buy a new screen protector, and it fits it perfect. It's my book anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it. But anyway, this thing, it may look like an ordinary device. It may look like, your any given cell phone nowadays. It's glass, it's metal, Gorilla Glass 5, 4, 3. They probably did that to cut the costs because this is $100 cheaper than the S8. So, I mean, in my book, I would have done 3, kept it at 4 on the camera, and did 5 on the front, because on this model particularly, you really don't have scratches on here. I mean, it may look like it, but that's just from the case. This is a pristine device. No issues with it as far as looks go, but I mean, it does kind of look plain Jane other than the massive screen that's on it. Once you throw that screen on it, that's the selling point in my book. I mean, it's running an 821 from Qualcomm, and I have no problem with that. I mean, anything, even an 808 from a couple years ago can still run relatively smooth. So at 821 compared to the 835 that's up in the S8 is really not that big of a deal to me. I mean, I think this thing is fast. I think it is very quick. It will handle anything that you throw at it. I mean, period. The dual cameras on it right there, for the wide effect to kind of look, I mean, you can do various things like this close to this box and it looks like it's far away. I mean, little stuff like that is really awesome. So you can get a lot of stuff inside your shots. And then at the same time, you've got your scroll feature over here where you can view previous shots and all that stuff. I mean, the camera setup is very nice on this, and it's also got the front facing camera. I don't remember the megapixels, but it takes good selfies too. I'm not really into selfies, but it'll do what you need it to do. So this has got 32 gigs of internal storage, 4 gigs of RAM. The US version has wireless charging, but the international version, I think the Korean version, I want to say the Korean version, and the European version come with a hi-fi audio DAC and no wireless charging. This does not have the DAC. So, if you got Bluetooth, it ain't really going to matter anyway, but if you got good plug-in headphones, you'll still get good sound, but you won't get the best sound that you could. So that's something to think about. And when it comes to apps and everything's running smooth, everything's holding well. As you can see, I put a theme on my device because LG's normal skin, I really don't like it. Their normal theme / skin is too, I keep hearing cartoony, but it's not cartoony to me. It's just, it doesn't flow. Like, that's my biggest thing about it is, like with certain devices, the way Samsung, for example, used to be back in the day, they would throw this stuff over. HTC would do it back in the day, and it's like they kind of stopped rolling that way, but LG hasn't caught up yet, and it doesn't flow. It just does not flow. So, I mean, that kind of something that kind of bugs me. I mean, when it doesn't flow right, and then like you're in settings, for example, and you still got to go to notifications, you got to go to display, you got to go to general. Normal Android devices that are running near stock Android, you go down, you just swipe up, go all the way down, and I prefer that than having to go like this. Like, for some reason, it's something going sideways I don't like. Same thing with the app drawer going sideways. Not a fan at all. But overall, guys, the battery life on this is pretty good. I can get about a day out of it. I use my work phone for the most part, so this is kind of not my daily driver, you would say. So the testing I have done, I've gotten a good day out of it with some left over. You're not going to get 2 days out of this, even with moderate use, because the LCD display doesn't get quite as dark as, say, an AMOLED. So the blacks aren't like when they're black on an AMOLED, they're off. There is no kind of black, whatever, like it's off. So with LCD, they're on. They're just displaying a black color. So that's kind of the difference between them. Like, you get better contrast with that. Not saying this is not a good screen at all. This is a great screen, but at the same time, you got to be able to have a screen that's not going to suck all of your battery out. Now, granted, this is a quad HD display with it's a tall display, so it's a 5.7 inch. So I mean, it's going to suck in some power. But if you put an AMOLED on this, it would save a few percentage points on that, just to kind of eke you through the day. That would help. But I mean, this thing is looking good. It's waterproof, it's dust resistant, it's got USB Type-C. Speaker down here kind of I mean, it does what it needs to do, but front firing is always going to be better. Does have the headphone jack, so you can throw a jack in and be good to go. Overall, guys, the experience on this is very good. I would definitely give it a 2 thumbs up. If you're going to get it, definitely get it now. For example, T-Mobile's got it for $500 instead of $650, and it still comes with, last time I checked, don't quote me, you got to do your own research, don't leave it on me. It came with a Google Home, and then also you could get a LG, was it G Pad X or something like that, so you could get a tablet and the Google Home thrown in. I do have the Google Home, did not get the tablet because I don't need one, but you can sit there and get those kind of deals, and it'll add off. In my opinion, it bundles it in. So Google Home, $129. The pad, the tablet was like $200 off off a regular price. So you might as well call it $230. If you got this for $500, now you're talking what, $370 for the phone. By the time you bundle everything in for the value, that's pretty good. I know they're trying to compete with Galaxies and everything, so Galaxy's got their own deals going on that you can get, but with this, I would honestly recommend this over the S8. My wife bought the S8 a couple days ago. I'm not a fan of the display. I'm not a big fan of the actual phone itself, so I will not be getting that device. I would rather keep this, for example. Maybe get an S7 Edge kind of thing, but I don't like the new Samsung. I don't like the Galaxy S8 at all. But yeah, I mean, guys, if you got like a specific question on the G6 or anything along those lines that you really want to see or you want me to test, let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and guys, I'll see you on the next one.